What's going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to F1 2021 Driver Career for episode number 14 today, the Spanish Grand Prix, the second race of our F1 career driving for Alpine. So if you did miss the last episode, it was out a few weeks ago, then make sure to go check it out. There'll be a card in the top right hand corner of your screen now, and check out the playlist if you're new around here, and make sure to get subscribed as well. We recently hit 600 subscribers. Can't thank you guys enough for that. We're still trying to push for that big 1,000 very soon, so we can get monetized and I can start making some money from these things, which of course isn't too big to me. I just want to keep on making content for you guys. But anyway, we're jumping right back in with the R&D for this next weekend. Yeah, last race was pretty good. We've managed to finish in the points, so I hope people actually clicked on the card and I haven't spoiled it for anyone. There you go, 1 point to our name, 3 points for Alpine because Alonso finished in P9. But yeah, that's all that really needs to be said in the way of the build up to the Spanish Grand Prix. So we're going to jump forward a bit and get into the weekend because we're going through the calendar, getting our weekly resources. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Spain is normally an alright track for me, so I'm hoping that we can do well here today. So we're going to go over into the career hub here, and we'll see what's up over there. So here we are then, but in the workstation for our week for this race weekend. And we're doing quick practice once again. There's a weekend preview for you, like I said, 10th in the championship. Completed powertrain part finished, and it's gonna be rainy for this one, so that's a spanner in the works for this weekend. So I don't really do the best in the rain. If you've seen the one of the episodes of the F2 campaign where I was in the rain in Hungary, that wasn't very nice. But no, we did alright there. But then anyway, we're getting on with quick practice here. So we're gonna go for this first 100% success, taking 12 minutes for us to do here. So we're just getting the ones out of the way we know we can do well in. We're gonna try for a 50% success one here as we wait for it to finish, and we don't quite make it. We failed that one. So we're 8 minutes left in the session. That's all we can do in the way of I think that's race strategy, and there's nothing else we can do. So that's the end of our session, unfortunately. Well, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say we've completed the 70% objective in the way of that was ERS management. So there we go. Sorry, that was time management. Going into practice 2, we're gonna try again on the race strategy stuff for a 70% success. That's a completed objective. I'm going to try again on the weight reduction. 70% success, we succeeded there again. And we're going to try and get some here in the way of time management, low tyre wear, 100 resource points at stake. We've done it. Set another 70% success. And that is that's pretty much the end of practice 2. So moving on now into practice 3. We'll go for quick practice one last time on the side. I'm not going to show qualifying because it's simply just too long. We're trying to keep these things nice and short for you guys. Moving now on to the ERS management. Wait, was it ERS management? I can't tell. No, it was time management. Sorry, I keep messing these things. I'll get where they are eventually. But anyway, ERS management, 100% success there. Nothing too much to shout about. And the 70% to finish things off. We've completed that as well. So we're going to finish this thing off with 3, 3, and 2 in the way of race strategy, ERS management, and time management. So we're going to jump back into R&D there and spend some of the resource points we've earned. We're going to go for a chassis upgrade here. That'll come in on the 26th of May. That's quite a way away from where we are towards the end of the month. So yeah, we'll keep on looking through things here. Yeah, so we've got a couple of aero upgrades that are yet to come through. Hopefully those should help us catch back up to Aston Martin and AlphaTauri. We're falling quite way behind them. We're in danger of falling behind Alfa Romeo at this point. But regardless, that's all the race to say there. So we're going to jump into the race, and hopefully it'll be a really exciting one.
Welcome along then to what promises to be another fascinating Spanish Grand Prix. A race which saw Max Verstappen win on his first ever appearance with the Red Bull team in 2016. This after the dramatic coming together of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg on the first lap. Will we see more moments for the scrapbook here today? It's 730 metres from pole position down to a slippery turn 1 here, the first of 16 corners around this 2.89 mile racetrack. The long, wide turn 3 and the uphill right-hander of turn 9 can both be taken full throttle in the right conditions, but I doubt very much we'll be seeing any of that today. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap, so always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, Cohen, Russell, Latifi, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
So here we are then, you guys, on the grid for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix from P14. The rain is still coming down here. It's only light rain, so the intermediates are the only ones that are really necessary. I'm looking forward to this one. This one should be quite an exciting race, at least I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. We're fueling the car precisely to 18 laps, so we don't have to worry about having extra fuel. We have to think about the end of the race. So anyway, we're going to jump right into the start of this one. We go to 5 red lights now for the Spanish Grand Prix. Round number 2 of the 2021 season is underway. It's a decent getaway, but Giovinazzi's got the edge of us on the left-hand side. There goes Russell down the inside, or on the outside, sorry. And there goes Schumacher as well, so we've dropped a few places off the line. Managed to wait for Russell to come out of the way to make a superb dive bomb to the inside in turn 1 to take P13. So in all that, we've taken a place away on the start. I'm going to try and go around the outside of Giovinazzi, who can't quite squeeze in there. I'm going to try it for real. Nope, unable to get there. Vettel's still on the inside. I'm going to try and duck inside of Giovinazzi and try and follow the German through, going through towards turn number 3 or 4. I can never remember the corner names, to be honest. Or like what number, it wasn't even what number corner we're at, but regardless, up into P12, we're going to try and make a move on Vettel for P11. There we go on the inside, job done, and that is P11's queue. We've sent Vettel a bit wide there on the exit, so now just pulling away. We want to try and keep him as close to us as we can in this early stage of the race. Moving further on now, towards the end of Sector 2, we're about halfway through at this point. We've probably just passed halfway back through the blind right-hander of turn 9 in the dry. That's quite a dangerous place to attack, but we're in the wet, so we're taking a bit slower today. We're going to try and go for a late dive on Tsunoda, but we can't quite get close enough, so we'll stay behind him in P11. We want to try and stay as close as we can to him in order for us to have the best chance of making the move going down the home straight, but I don't think we'll be able to get him. It's a lot harder to make these passes in the wet than it is in the dry. So moving further on now into the last chicanes, I definitely preferred this. I've driven this track when the chicanes weren't in place, and when it was just two corners in a long straight, but they changed it, and I definitely don't like the changes. I definitely prefer how the old track was, because it was so much better for overtaking. But end of the first lap now, we'll keep on pushing on, trying to chase down Tsunoda, but unfortunately, as we went further on into the lap, we didn't have much success with that. Tsunoda's still there, about half a second in front of us. We're still holding on Vettel. Behind us, the gap's about 0.7 seconds. Hamilton's in the lead. He's doing a pretty good job up front. Come out the last corner to complete the second lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. Still unable to catch Tsunoda on the exit as we move on now towards the end of lap 4, moving quite a bit on into this race. With the gap to Tsunoda has gone up a bit. It's at about a second now, and Vettel, the gap's around the same. It's about 0.8 now, so we're gaining on Vettel a little bit. We're losing time to Tsunoda because we've got the one-stop strategy. We've got 4 laps, so pit window open to a pit on lap 8. We move way further on now onto lap 7. Look at the gap now. Look, we get the best in the box this lap. On the right hand side, the gap now 4 seconds between us and Tsunoda. He's really managed to pull away with this one, and Vettel's getting very close to us as he head through turn 1. The gap now down to just 0.3, 0.4 seconds. It's definitely close. We have to be worrying about him during the pit stop phase of this Grand Prix. Of course, we want a good pit stop so we can stay in front of him. So as we move on towards the end of the lap, when I come into the pits, Vettel chooses to stay out, so we don't have to worry about him potentially holding us up in the pit lane. But regardless, in we come into our pit box. Or into the pit lane. We're about to head into our pit box. Of course, like I said, we need a good stop here. Otherwise, we may lose out to Vettel, or we might try the overcut or the undercut. Well, I can't tell which one it is. Regardless, here we go now out of the pits. We've got a 3-second pit stop, and we're coming in just as Raikkonen. We're coming out just as Raikkonen goes into his pit box. Russell is just behind us, running P16. Alonso's still yet to pit as well, so we're running ahead of him. He didn't have a very good qualifying, so we've been running ahead of him for the whole race. We move on towards the end of lap 9, start of lap 10. We're waiting to see where Vettel is. He's already out of the pits. There he is on the right hand side, going down to turn 1. He's got the jump on us. I think the fact we had a 3-second pit stop didn't exactly help us. By the slightest of margins, Vettel's got us. So we're going to try and go around the outside here through turn 3 we come, and that's a very audacious move around the outside. We've gone wide a bit. No track limit exceeded. Vettel's still there on the inside. We're trying to go around the outside of him again. If we hold on here, we'll have the inside line going into the next corner. We should be able to get in there, but Vettel does get the edge. And he'll have P11 for the time being, but not for long. So here we go down to the inside. Fantastic racing here. We're going wheel to wheel, and we've managed to come away with the place. And that puts us up into P11. We've still got work to do. I doubt we'll be able to catch Sonoda at this point in the race. He's still 4.5 seconds up the road, so our best bet mate here may just be just to hold into P11 and hope that something happens in front of us. We're still holding off Vettel here. Of course, he has no DRS because it's wet weather, so he won't be allowed any. But he's still clinging onto the back of our car. So that's something we have to watch out for going down that straight and the home straight here as we move further on to the start of lap 11. Here comes Vettel. Will he pull out to the right-hand side? Yes, he does. He looks for it and doesn't choose to go back in. He didn't get much momentum there. So we've managed to hold on to P11 just for the time being. So we're going to continue to hold the place. Moving on now to the start of lap 12. Vettel's going to try it again. He gets a lot closer this time. You can tell how much he's closing in on us. We have to go a little bit wider off our line through turn 1. Of course, we have to give him the room, but we have to take our line as well. So there we go, still up in P11. Vettel's still right there behind us. So coming on to now to the start of lap 16. We've gone way wide there, and Vettel sees his chance. He flies past us, and that's crucial here because we need to try and get P11 back just for the sake of getting a good finish. We're still trying to chase him down. Can we get close to him? We can't go for a dive bomb yet. We just don't have the speed in our Alpine machine, and the Aston Martin does. So here we go now. Still chasing Vettel down, trying to go for a different line, driving into the inside of the curb. There's a yellow flag in a couple of corners up ahead of us, and this is heartbreak for us here as we get the news that Daniel Ricciardo is out of the Grand Prix, and he was running in the points. So you can see it there on the top left hand corner of your screen. Ricciardo out of the race, and that means that this battle between me and Sebastian is suddenly a battle for the last points paying place. But by this point, we don't have enough left in the tank to go for a run on him. We're trying as much as we can, but in the end we keep on making mistakes, and that's the horrible part about this. We were unable to catch him, and that's really heartbreaking. It's P11 for us. Vettel gets the last point, and that was just a really unfortunate scenario. Heartbreak in the rain here in Spain as we come across the line in P11. That is frustrating.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
They've done it then. A spectacular victory here in Spain and a massive confidence boost going into the next race. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Lance Stroll certainly put in an impressive performance today. No doubt his team and fans are extremely proud.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
So there we have it then, you guys, an 11th place finish. Not at all what I wanted from this race, considering the late scenario that was suddenly given to us. Vettel takes the final points paying position at our expense, and I'm gutted about that. It is very irritating, but we move on. Of course, we're not going to be scoring points every single race, and we beat Alonso again this week. We beat Alonso for the first time this weekend, so that is a sign of progress. Looking at the performance comparison, we're still the 7th best team on the grid. We've got work to do in the R&D department, so we're going to go there now and try and get an upgrade on the car. Take a look at the recommended update. We've got an aerodynamics upgrade coming in for Y250 vortex generators, and that'll be where the bulk of our resource points goes for the time being. So as we move further on now to get ourselves ready for the start of the next episode, which is the Monaco Grand Prix. And if you thought this episode was good, then I'm sure you'll like the next one. So make sure to subscribe like the video and watch the playlist. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.